So I haven't really made a garden vlog in several days now. Not sure how long it's been. 4th of July weekend, we had the kids home for like 4 days or more. So Friday night through Wednesday morning. So that was fun. And we had some family issues, medical issues on Natalie's side of the family, which I'm not sure when or if she's going to talk about that later on this channel. And as I walk through the garden area, I'm getting swarmed by mosquitoes. Several weeks ago, I got some grafting scion wood, so grafting stock or whatever for a couple different things, for paws and persimmons, even though it's late in the year to try to graft. I just said, well, let's just try it and see what happens. I got two types of grafting wood for persimmons, and there was usually like 2 to 3 usable pieces per stick, so if you're lucky you could have like 2 or 3 grafted trees out of one piece of scion wood, if I'm pronouncing that right. Unfortunately, all the persimmon scion wood has dried up. No sign of life. I'm not an expert at grafting, but I did get real grafting tape, and it was hard to work with. And I probably did not cover everything, cover the whole piece of wood appropriately. Like I said, because it was so hard to work with as I was trying to tie the graft, the whip graft or whatever was just kind of coming loose. And instead of covering the whole graft, I made sure that where it grafted together was, tight and airtight, I guess you could say, and tied. I'll just show you how we've done it. This is a pawpaw, so that doesn't look that great, but it's like 2 separate pieces of tape. One is to seal it, air seal it, and the other is to tie it. And most people recommend that you cover this whole area and possibly put tin foil or something over it to protect it from the sun. And I'll show you 2 that have taken. There's one right there, and there's another one that's starting to come out, and that one may not come out. Here's one of the American persimmons I grafted, and it looks like one of the signs of a failure is you'll have growth like right there underneath it. So instead of putting that energy into the new grafted scion wood, it just shoots out leaves right underneath the graft. But I did a scratch test on the persimmons, and as soon as I touched them, I said, uh-oh, they're dried out. So pretty much no chance. But the pawpaws, we have, I want to say 1, 2, 3, at least 3 that have taken. And that's out of 9 grafts, I believe, because I think I had 3 pieces of scion wood, and I just, had 3 cultivars, so I think I either did 2 apiece or 3 apiece. I'd have to go back and check it. Maybe it's 2 apiece. So I have 3 that have taken. Maybe 1 or 2 more question marks. And probably the rest shows that bottom growth underneath the graft where it's kind of trying to re-sprout there. As you can see, here's one of the persimmon ones, and it looks good. There's a little green on that, so I guess it's possible that one would there's nothing growing below it. But most of them are pretty dried out, so we may have 25% chance or less of, or what should I say, 25% of the grafting wood has some green on it still. The other ones are dried out, failed the scratch test. But I don't know how long it would take to actually show some bud, bud sprouting out of that. Now, this is gonna look weird because it's got morning glory vines and weeds all around it, but this is the last graft pawpaw here. And there's the leaves. And yeah, so we got at least 3 that have successfully grafted. Another reason I couldn't do that complete graft over the whole piece of scion wood to hold the moisture in is because we're using like a polycarbonate or plastic tape, and the buds will not push through the tape. You have to have like a paraffin or something tape, and then the buds will eventually just push through and break through the tape. So you should be able to wrap it and leave the bud area open, and that's probably what we're going to do next year. We're going to start earlier with the persimmons and possibly a couple other pawpaw cultivars, and definitely try to get some persimmon rootstock. It's going to be so much cheaper and easier to get, especially American persimmons here in the South, by getting this scion wood and grafting, because it's impossible to find grafted American persimmons here, or very close to it. So these annual Mexican sunflowers are looking good now. They're getting some size on them. No flowers yet. There's another one. So I probably got 50 or 100 mosquito bites just walking around here talking. And when I stop, I get like 20 of them just surround me like within 3 seconds. It is the worst mosquito year that I remember. And it might have been worse 20 or 30 years ago, but in my recent memory, this is bad. Morning glory here. That's very pretty. Our biggest avocado still hanging on. We got like 3 or 4 of them. Drought has been so bad that it might have even killed my Wellington mulberry that I was rooting. It's just 1 or 2 days where it hits that temperature and heat, and you get these rain forecasts, so 51% chance, 67% chance. Hey, it's thunderstorms today. Guess what? You think, okay, there's a big chance it's gonna rain, so we don't have to water everything. Boom, 2 days straight of 96, 98 degrees, 95 degrees. Boom, your cuttings that have small roots on them, they dry out and they die. And I hope it'll recover, but hindsight is a killer when it comes to gardening. It's supposed to be the rainy season, the kind of secondary or second fruit tree planting season because of the rain. Everything except maybe apples and stuff like that. So guess what? If you planted a fruit tree in June, it might already be dead. It's July now. We did not get enough rain in June. It was horrible. We got enough little, big rains that would create pools, of water and, in the swampy areas, but not give enough water everywhere else, not provide water for the plants in the higher areas. So we got mosquitoes everywhere because of that. But still, you would think, wow, with this mosquito activity, it would be so wet here. All the plants would either be happy or just flooded and dead because they were flooded and the roots got root rot and stuff like that. But no, so kind of probably just a boring video about me running around, running away from mosquitoes and kind of going everywhere. But it's been a while, so I'm not sure how often we're going to do garden vlog videos unless we have updates of some sort. And hopefully our updates will be positive instead of bad news, but life happens the way it happens and can't really reverse the clock. Take care.